So in this video, I'm going to do a full face tutorial. I went blank for a moment. I'm not sure why. But I'm going to do a full face tutorial basically using mostly all Boxycharm products, or not Boxycharm products, but products that I received throughout my subscription through Boxycharm. So if you want to know what I'm going to use, keep watching. I don't know what I'm about to say anymore. So I've been in the market trying to find a new foundation because as some of you guys have mentioned, and I 100% agree that the foundation that I was using did have more of a yeller. Ooh, I'm real country now. A yellow, kind of like an overtone, not an undertone, but an overtone. And I 100% agree. My problem with my face itself, that didn't sound right. The problem with my complexion, now that's a little better, is that if you could notice, and this is actually typical with a lot of people, but mostly people with people of color, that we always have different areas where it's a little bit more darker than another spot in the face. Is a challenge trying to find a foundation that looks just like you. Now I went through Fenty Beauty because they have 10,000 choices to choose from, but again, I just couldn't seem to find the right one. And I don't know if maybe it's just the store and the lighting. It just doesn't always seem to look visually appealing once I come home. Who knows? Maybe it's just my eyes. I can be whatever. It could, but you know what I'm trying to say, right? I hope you do. So most recently, I just went to Walgreens. Yes, Walgreens literally is just like around the corner from my house. So if you've seen my other videos, you see I reference Walgreens quite a bit. I should do a video. I wonder if they'll allow me to do a video haul going in and just picking up random new stuff. I don't know. Who knows? If you want to see that, and if I can try to do that, leave a comment below. We'll see how that works out. Anyhow, so while I was there, I was like, okay, let me see if I can find a drugstore foundation that's going to work for me, because the only foundations that I currently have is one from Milani, which is okay. It was a little bit darker. I have one from Fenty Beauty and then from Becca. Now, the one from Fenty Beauty has more of a yellow, oh my God, a yellow, kind of like, I don't want to say undertone, more of a yellow overtone, because it just brings out my face. So while I was at Walgreens, I went ahead and picked up these two particular products from Covergirl. These are two, well, they're the same. Well, they're not the same. They're two different shades from, now it's the Covergirl Trueblend Matte Made Foundation. Now, I was not aware of these. I guess and the reason for that is because I'm not typically looking for foundations all that often. So I really wasn't aware that this has been out for quite some time. So I'm really hoping this matches my skin as much as possible. And the reason why I bought two. So I bought T70, which is, I believe, I don't know, T70? Oh, Caramel. And then the other one I bought here, it is a T30, which is Warm Honey. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and start priming my face. So the first item that I'm going to use is this particular product right here. It is Pure, from the company Pure. Sorry for the glistening of the lights. It's 4-in-1 correcting primer. I did receive this in one of my shipments in the Boxycharm. I don't remember which month, so I apologize about that one. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just use a little bit. Now, what I don't like, and I don't know why people do this, when they go like this, and they go like this, and like this, and before you know it, you have like this melting pot, literally, like your face is melting, of like whatever product that you're using, foundation, primer, whatever, I don't know, jelly. You don't need that much. You really don't know. You don't know. Well, you clearly don't know. Some people don't. All you need is a little bit goes a long way, because all you do is just really just spread it around your whole face. And you don't need, because all of a sudden if you put too much, guess what? You're like trying to work it in there, trying to get it to soak into your skin, and it's not going nowhere. Like, come on now, you guys. You're wasting too much of your product, and you don't need to do like, really? Like, what's the point of that? Okay, so the next product that I'm going to use, you know, I just realized I got my scrunchie. Let me just, I'm a hot mess, I swear. You know what this looks like? This completely looks like a garter belt, like just rinky-dink. Okay, the reason why I have this on my head, and I'm really thinking now maybe I shouldn't have worn this. I didn't realize that everything was being so cohesive. The background, like my Louis Vuitton like shawl, scarf, and then my shirt, like everything is like blue, light, white. Yeah, I have no clue why. And then this is like, and then you have this color brown. Like, where's the cohesiveness? I don't know. Anyhow, so the next product I'm using right here, this is from Dragon Beauty. This is a correcting for obviously from under eyes and, you know, little spots here and there. So I know that this actually did come in one of the Boxycharm shipments. Unfortunately, I didn't get it, but I did have it already because I did purchase it. Now, I'm only going to put just a little bit. I don't need a lot. I'm going to put it typically only under my eyes. And then these two spots over here, and I don't know why I have them. Well, this one right here I have because I was picking at it. Now, what I mean by that is that I try to get my beard lined so perfectly well that I actually pluck out the hairs one at a time. Yes, that's what I do. To get the line so precise, I pluck my hairs out. I don't shave it. I literally pluck the hairs out. I know that sounds horrible and you would think it sounds painful. No, I'm so used to it now. So anyway, so this side, I was like messing around with it. So now I have a little mark. So yeah, and that's it on a little bit right here. That's all I need. I will then blend that out with a little sponge. I know what I wanted to say. Okay, so I will just blend this out underneath my eyes, and then from there we'll do some correcting in terms of my speech. Okay, so the next product that I'm going to use, oh no, I'm cracking up, I swear. I'm going to use the Covergirl Trueblend Undercover Concealer Corrector, whatever. I don't know if this is a natural need to be really honest, just because when I was looking to the shelf, I said, you know what, let me get a corrector to kind of go with this foundation. But I couldn't find the two shades that went with the two foundations that I bought, so I bought Natural Tan T500. It's going to be hilarious if this will actually perfectly comparison to those in terms of the foundation color. But I'm not too concerned about it because even if it's too dark or too light, the foundation is going to go right on top of it. I only use this basically to cover up my face now that I have. So now you see the reason why it's off a little bit because you don't need to like follow that corrector on you. I know people like correctors like weird. Slow down, baby. You don't need all of that. You really don't, because once you start spreading it out, then you're going to get this. You saw I put a little bit, right? Again, so once you start blending it out, look. Oh. There we go. Okay, so now I'm going to use the corrector in the same areas that I applied the Dragon Beauty at. Now, sorry, I'm just looking at the color. The color's not too bad, actually. I'm kind of curious how that foundation is going to look. Well, one of them. So yeah. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start blending this out. This is a brush that I did receive in one of my Boxycharm shipments. Oh my goodness, I forgot what brand it was. I don't know, it doesn't matter. So let me go ahead and start blending out that concealer, the concealer corrector, Covergirl. Now, I will still have a little bit of a blending, and that's perfectly fine. Because once I put the foundation that the foundation is going to have a little bit of the blending that should apply on my skin. Okay, so I got that all blended out. So now I'm debating on which of these two I'm going to use. I think, hopefully I won't look yellowish, I'm going to use the T30, which is in the shade Warm Honey. I'm thinking this might be more suitable of the caramel when summer hits. Now, if this is still too light for me, I can always go within a little bit into this one and mix them together and hope it comes out looking like good and not a hot mess. Let's find out. Okay, so it says it's oil free, so I'm hoping that's the case because that'll be perfect for summer. And I'm also hoping that it does give the appearance of a matte finish because I don't want to be looking like I just threw on like lard on my face and then sweating it all off. Yeah, that's a hot mess. All right, let's take a look. So I just shake it. Why did I do 2 pumps? Okay, so it's a little bit liquidy. Okay. Well, let's just see how it applies. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and just take a little bit and I'm gonna see. Well, I mean, it looks like it matches, but hands, face, always gives you a different complexion, I swear. But I don't know, I put a little bit, so I guess we'll find out. I'm getting more of an olive undertone, but okay, let me put a little bit more. I don't know what I'm doing. That's something new. Let's try this one more time. Let's put a little bit more because this isn't full coverage. This is definitely very liquidy and it's more of a build up to it. Okay, so I did apply it on my face. It doesn't look bad, actually. It does actually look pretty good. It's still a little bit like wet, so I'm wondering if it's going to dry down to a matte finish. However, I am going to go into the other one, to the caramel, the T70, and I'm just going to put a little bit in here. I want to see if... can't open it. Clearly, I need to open it first. There, I'm going to... I'm going to try and mix those 2 shades and see if I get a different complexion, not different complexion, but a different overall shade, because still seems quite bright. I mean, it's there. It looks good. Watch, I probably messed it up completely now. Let's just see. Let's just see. Okay. Didn't give me much of a difference, actually. Okay. I mean, I don't know. What do you guys think? Face with the foundations, and then this one doesn't have anything. The only thing that's right there is the corrector. So, and the color corrector and the I went blank what I wanted to say. You know what I'm trying to say, right? I hope. Okay, you know what? Let me go ahead and finish putting this on, and then we will see how it looks once I'm done, because this is definitely a little bit darker shade from what I'm used to. So yeah, I'm just more concerned that if it dries down to matte, because when I'm looking in the mirror at my reflection, I'm not getting that. It looks okay. I mean, it's nice. Let's just keep going. Okay, so I was able to go ahead and finish putting on the foundation. Now, the only problem that I had with mixing it up, the darker one made the shade of it come out a little bit more orangey, where versus before it seemed a little bit better. I think what I'm going to need to do is get a lighter shade comparison to the first one that the lighter shade that I had prior to that one, and mix those two up. Because again, like this, if you notice on this side, this side, I swear, my right, my left, these monitors, like my skin tone is much lighter, but over here, obviously, I'm getting more of like that orangey yellow color tone. So clearly there's a problem. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with another corrector to go on there, on top of the foundation, but I'm only using very little bit. Okay, so now if you notice, the concealer that I use from Maybelline Instant Age Rewind, this particular one right here, I don't think I showed you before, did I? No, I didn't. Oh, my mistake. But once I blend it out in just that little bit, I mean, look, it looks perfectly fine. It doesn't take me forever to rework all of it, and all of a sudden you have like this white haze all under here. Like, no, you don't need that. You really don't. You don't need that, boo. You don't. So the next product that I'm going to use, oh, and that Maybelline Instant Age Rewind, that did not come in my Boxycharm box shipments anytime. That's just one that I prefer to use, which is actually pretty popular. But anyways, the next item I'm going to use for my eyebrows, a Sela. I don't even know how to describe this. It's like, I thought it was, at first I'm like, okay, that's really odd. But it's just where you have the product in here and then a little tiny brush, I guess you want to call it, angle brush, and you just dip it in here and then you start working into like your hairline of your eyebrows. I thought it was pretty weird at first, and then after I started using it, I was like, okay, I'm liking it. Okay, so the next product that I'm going to use an eyeshadow primer base so I can get my eyes ready. Now, keep in mind, and I don't understand why people do this too, there's some individuals who will use your foundation as your eyeshadow primer. Don't do that. The reason for that is because if you keep using that foundation, which already pretty much has some type of oil in it, most times they do, your eyelids actually produce a lot of oils. When that happens and you put another oil-based product on top of it, it'll then start to break down that eyeshadow. No, no, no. So the first ingredient that I see in here, it's water, which, come on now, that's pretty good. First thing should be water. Now, I'm going to go ahead and apply this, and then we'll get started on the eyes. So the next shade that I'm going to go into, or not the next, I haven't even got into this shade yet, this palette. So the first shade that I'm going to attempt to use, I'm going to use Lace Teddy, and I'm going to use that as my, it's not coming up. There it is, Lace Teddy. I'm going to use that as my transitional shade first, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so I was able to go ahead and put in Lace Teddy on this particular eyelid. I pretty much just smeared it. That's not really, I didn't really do that. I pretty much put it all over the eyelid, and then I'm going to go in with another shade. So the next shade, there's a lot of fallout. So the next shade I'm going to go into is Risky Business, and I'm going to put that on the corner outer edge of my eye. Whoa, this picks up a lot of pigment. Let's just see. So I went ahead with a smaller flat brush to use that, as I mentioned, in the corner of my eye. And let's see where we go from there. Okay, so I was able to go ahead and apply the risky, I cannot pronounce the words, Risky Business on the corner edge of my eye. Actually, I really like how it gave out a really soft, smoky-like appearance. I brought that same shade down, the Risky Business, to my underneath my eye to basically kind of give it more of a just a smoky appearance. Now, the next shade I'm going to go into Cleavage, and I'm going to use that in the corner of my eye and then work it upwards. Okay, so I was able to go ahead and add that particular shade, the Cleavage, if you can see it right there, in the corner of my eye. So hopefully it's picking up. I was able to go ahead and blend that out. What I did do is add an additional smaller hint of the Heaven shade, which is a very light shade, the lightest in the palette. And I pretty much just added that in the right in the corner of the inner eye, and then little bit on the upper eyebrow area to kind of just soften up, or not, yeah, soften up. This means dark. Soften up the eye just a tad, a little bit, but hopefully you guys can see it. Now the colors did blend really well. It gave out a very subtle, smoky look, and I'm absolutely loving for it right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish the other eye, and then we will get started on the lips. Okay, so I went ahead and went off camera for just a moment so I can go ahead and finish putting on the mascara and adding some lips. Well, I got lips, but adding color to my lips. So in terms of the mascara, what I use, and this did come in one of my Boxycharm shipments, it's Wonder Beauty in the Mile High Club Mascara. It just says volume and lengthening mascara. It's pretty settled. I like it. I didn't put any false lashes on because I really want to emphasize more on the eyeshadow makeup. Eyeshadow. I want to focus more on the eyeshadow itself. I got it. So in terms of my lips, I also used two products that I received in a couple of my Boxycharm shipments. This is Steve Laurent. This is in the shade, this is a lip liner. Sorry, I should have explained that first. The color shade is Uptown. Hopefully that will pick up. There you go. And then I put a lip gloss, or a hint, or I put in a color, oh my God. I put on top of that a slightly colored lip gloss. This is from Iconic London, and this is in the shade, I don't know, Nearly Nude, and this is a lip plumping lip gloss. You probably won't be able to pick it up. No, you won't pick it up. But yeah, that is the end of my full face tutorial. Pretty much just using all Boxycharm products except, of course, the foundation and the concealer, which was Maybelline. I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you guys think of the eye makeup? Is a hit or a miss? In terms of the eyeshadow palette from Too Faced, the Natural Matte. Actually, I loved it. Completely love the... Still got a lot of fallout. There's huge fallout in this particular shadow. Not shadow, and there's a lot of fallout in this particular palette. But from what you guys been teaching me, come to find out that shadows that have a lot of pigment seem to have quite a bit of fallout. So who knew? I didn't know. I'm learning because you guys are educating me, and I greatly appreciate you leaving me comments and saying, hey, no, it works this way, try it this way, blah, blah, blah. I 100% appreciate that. So from my understanding, this is really good quality because it has a good pigment, just because there is a lot of fallout. But I didn't have any fallout on my face underneath my eyes, so that was a good thing, right? What do you guys think about the foundation? I mean, look, I left my earlobes. I didn't put any foundation on there, only on my neck. But as you can see, my skin is very little bit more lighter, so hopefully you guys can also provide some suggestions in the sense of what shade would possibly work best for me, because this yellow orangey undertone is not working for me. However, I'm loving the foundation. This foundation is the bomb because it really did give me a matte appearance. Once it's settled and dried down, yeah, I love it. Like, I'll probably go back and then get a lighter shade and then probably keep this one for the summertime. Hopefully I get a tan, then it will work perfect because I actually do completely love it. What do you guys think about my lips? I did outline them a little bit so they can look a little bit larger. Sorry, I keep looking at the viewfinder or my external monitor. But yeah, but yo, I don't know what I was about to say. Anyhow, if you like my video doing a semi 80% full face and using nothing but products through my Boxycharm shipments, leave a comment below and let me know, have you tried any of these? And if so, do you like them? Do you hate them? If you hate them, why do you hate them? And if you love them, why do you love them? Either way, leave a comment. Make sure you hit that like button if you like my video, but I really hope you like my video. And if you haven't done so already, make sure you also subscribe and hit that notification bell as well. So anytime I upload a new video, you'll automatically be alerted of it. So until then, as always, make sure you all brush your teeth, wash your culo, and subscribe. Bye now.